All right, so this video is going to focus on how to factor a difference of cubes example here. So first off, the main thing I guess would be, hey, you need to figure out, do I have difference of cubes? You need to know when to use difference of cubes because difference of cubes comes with this lovely formula over here. So we definitely need to know, hey, when am I using this formula over here? Because hopefully what we do or what we have seen about factoring is there's all sorts of different kinds of factoring problems. And it's really taking a look at what example you're given and figuring out, okay, based off of this, what factoring technique am I going to use with this one? Right, so let's take a look at our example here. So here we have x cubed minus 64. So when it comes to the difference of cubes, there's three main things that you need to look for. The first thing, which is kind of the most obvious, is the fact that you have two terms in your example, right? 1, 2. The second thing is that you have different signs. One is positive, one is negative, and we definitely have that example here. Third is that they're both perfect cubes. Now what that means, so a perfect cubed is the same factor that can multiply to itself 3 times to get that. So for example, what times what is going to give us x cubed? What times what is going to give us 64? And let's see if we can figure out what those things are going to be here. So let's see if we can figure out what is going to be our x, what is going to be our y. Now our x is just going to come from what times what is x cubed. And the only way to get an x cubed is an x times an x times an x. Right? So here we have an x. Our y term over here is what times what is 64. So we need to think, well, 2 times 2 times 2, 3 times 3 times 3, and so on. What times what is 64? And to get 64, that is actually a 4 times a 4 times a 4. So these are all perfect cubes here. So as long as it meets all three of those criteria, we do know we have the difference of cubes. Now, as soon as we realize we do have the difference of cubes, hey, we do need to remember this lovely formula right over here. Because after figuring out what our x and our y is, it's just a matter of plugging into this formula. So we will have a binomial followed by this trinomial here. Now, our binomial, subtract your x and your y. So we have an x and a 4. So do x minus 4. Then we need to plug in here, x squared plus x times y plus y squared. So our x is an x, so square it. So that would give us an x squared. Plus x times y, so x times 4 or 4 times x. Always put the number in front. And then square your y term. Our y term is a 4, so if we square 4, 4 times 4 is 16. So this right here is our solution here. We absolutely, again, you have to make sure that you go through those 3 criteria in order to know it is difference of cubes, and you do need to know this formula right over here.